Welcome to the latest article from Clive. God inspires, so carefully write them down to share them with you. Remember, people know who you are by what they see, not by what they hear. Our article is entitled Christ Likeness. Quote, Discretion shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee. Proverbs 2:11. By your choice of words and a consistent course of action, by your propriety, your earnest piety, make a telling confession of your faith, determined that Christ shall occupy the throne in the soul temple, and lay your talents without reserve at his feet, to be employed in his service. Make it the law of your life, from which no temptation or side interest shall cause you to turn, but to honour God. In this fast age, reeking with corruption, you are not safe unless you stand guarded. Virtue and modesty are rare. I appeal to you as followers of Christ, making an exalted profession, to cherish the precious, priceless gems of modesty. This will guard virtue. Holiness of heart will never lead to impure actions. The truth of heavenly origin never degrades the receiver. On the contrary, it sanctifies the believer, refines his taste, elevates and ennobles him, and brings him into a close connection with Jesus. It leads him to regard the Apostle Paul's injunction to abstain from even the appearance of evil, lest his good should be evil spoken of. This is a subject to which we must give heed. We must guard against the sins of this degenerate age. We must stand aloof from everything that savours of undue familiarity. God condemns it. It is forbidden ground upon which it is unsafe to set the feet. Every word and action should tend to elevate, refine, and ennoble the character. My good name is capital, is far more value to me than gold or silver. Let me preserve it untarnished. If men assail that name, it shall not be because I have given them occasion to do so, but for the same reason that they spoke evil of Christ, because they hated the purity and holiness of his character, for it was a constant rebuke to them. For he that soweth to his flesh shall of his flesh reap corruption, but he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting. Galatians 6:8. Joseph chose life's best. Samson did not. Few temptations are more dangerous or more fatal to young men than the temptation to sensuality, and none, if yielded to, will prove so decidedly ruinous to soul and body for time and eternity. The welfare of his entire future is suspended upon the decision of a moment. Joseph calmly cast his eyes to heaven for help, slipped off his loose outer garment, leaving it in the hand of his tempter, and while his eye is lighted with determined resolve in the place of unholy passion, he exclaims, How can I do this great wickedness and sin against God? The victory is gained. He flees from the enchanter. He is saved. Samson, in his peril, had the same source of strength, as did Joseph. He could choose the right or the wrong as he pleased, but instead of taking hold of the strength of God, he permitted the wild passions of his nature to have full sway. The reasoning powers were perverted, the morals corrupted. God had called Samson to a position of great responsibility, honor, and usefulness. But he must first learn to govern by first learning to obey the laws of God. Samson, under temptations which he had brought upon himself, gave loose rein to passions. The path which he entered upon he found to end in shame, disaster, and death. What a contrast of history of Joseph! Amidst the snares to which all are exposed, They need strong and trustworthy defences on which to rely. The shield of grace can preserve all, unconquered by the temptations of the enemy. Those surrounded with the most corrupting influences, by firm principle and unwavering trust in God, their virtue and nobleness of character can shine, and, although surrounded with evil, no taint must be left upon their virtue and integrity. An inheritance incorruptible and undefiled, and that fadeth not away, reserved in heaven for you. 1 Peter 1:4. Our focus for our lives is towards the better inheritance. Our petitions to God should not proceed from hearts that are filled with selfish aspirations. God exhorts us to choose those gifts that will redound to his glory. He would have us choose the heavenly instead of the earthly. He throws open before us the possibilities and the advantages of a heavenly commerce. He gives encouragement to our loftiest aims, security to our choicest treasures. When the worldly possession is swept away, the believer will rejoice in his heavenly treasure, the riches that cannot be lost in any earthly disaster. How sad it is that men turn from the immortal inheritance and live for the gratification of pride, for selfishness and display, and, through submission to the rule of Satan, lose the blessings which they might have both in this life and the life to come. They might enter into the palaces of heaven and associate on the terms of freedom and equality with Christ and with heavenly angels and with the princes of God. And yet, incredibly as it may seem, they turn from heavenly attractions. Satan is contending for souls of men. He will not have them cast a glimpse of the future honour of eternal glories, laid up for those who shall be inhabitants of heaven, or have a taste of the experience that gives a foretaste of the happiness of heaven. Those who accept Christ as their Saviour have the promise of the life that now is and that which is to come. The lowliest disciple of Christ may become an inhabitant of heaven, an heir of God, an inheritance incorruptible that fadeth not away. Oh, that one might take choice of an heavenly gift, become an heir of God, to that inheritance whose title is secure from any destroyer, world without end. Oh, choose not the world. From SD, page 186 to 188. Can we all handle being, living, and displaying a whole lot more Christ-likeness? It has been so nice to share this article with you. We look forward to meeting again. Thank you for these precious moments of your time. Thank you for watching, and thank you for sharing with us, friends and family. Keep growing more Christ-like every day and in every way. Until then, please stay safe.